please? For which movie?
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Let's address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't need your business.
Rachel Zegler just did the one thing you never, ever do in Hollywood. She went after the fans who helped build her career. Leaked screenshots from a private group chat appear to show her mocking hardcore Disney lovers, calling them cringy, obsessed, and low IQ. And now? The internet's on fire. The boycott is gaining steam, and fans are louder than ever about replacing her as Snow White. And wait till you hear who leaked the chat. It's wild. Even crazier? What Rachel said next could be career-ending. If I'm standing around in a Disney princess dress for 18 hours, I should be paid every time the movie gets streamed. And then she added, I don't need your business. That leak hit X like a thunderclap. At first, it was just a few blurry screenshots, unconfirmed, maybe even fake. But fans dug in, analyzed every emoji and username, and all signs pointed to Rachel herself. The messages? Brutal. They dress up like cartoon animals and cry at parades, she allegedly said. I can't tell if they need therapy or a restraining order. And that was just the beginning.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
I don't need your...
Insider leaks say Rachel's group chat included old friends, a PR assistant, and a rising influencer, who may have leaked the screenshots. One message hit hard. When asked if she was excited for the Snow White fan event, Rachel allegedly said, Please, I'd rather eat glass than smile at another sweaty dad in a dwarf costume. It went viral fast. Hashtags like #NotMySnowWhite exploded, and even Disney loyalists started turning on her. She liked a post defending herself, then unliked it. Some say her silence is legal strategy. Others think she's just hoping this storm passes. But the damage? It's already done.
Great. Okay? It's great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I a psycho?
And here's where things go full conspiracy theory. Some folks think the leak was an inside job, Disney's way of backing away from a flop without officially firing her. Others think Rachel's team is trying to flip the story, blaming a former assistant for faking the messages. But tech experts? They've already said the screenshots look legit. Then things escalated again. A verified voice actor from a beloved Disney classic tweeted, I've met Disney fans my whole life. They're weird, in the best way. Without them, we wouldn't have careers. Shame on you. That tweet exploded. Fans began tagging Disney stars left and right, demanding they pick a side. So far, silence. But one tweet summed it up. Disney's Snow White just became Disney's Titanic.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Yeah.
Weird. I'm a narcissist.
I don't need your business.
And here's the craziest part. Rachel hasn't denied a thing. No post. No story. No lawyer-issued statement. Nothing but silence. And in Hollywood, silence says a lot. Because if the messages are real, and it's looking like they are, this isn't just some bad press. This is the kind of scandal that sticks. Rachel thought she was about to be Disney royalty. Instead, she's watching her fairy tale burn to the ground. Theaters are empty. Reviews are savage. And fans? They are roasting her like it's 1432. This movie didn't just flop. It collapsed. And in the wreckage? One name keeps coming up, Rachel Zegler. The princess whose own interviews may have sunk the ship before it even set sail.
Rachel Zegler, and in the process shattered more little girls' dreams than Harvey Weinstein. That's why no one bothered to show up. Empty theaters across the country tell the true story about this crime against cinema.
While enjoying the vibe and excitement of the streets of London.
But let's rewind the tape, because it wasn't always like this. Rachel Zegler used to be the golden girl of Hollywood. After West Side Story, she had the critics swooning and her star was rising fast. When Disney announced her as the new Snow White, reactions were mixed, but the buzz was real. A fresh face. A bold new take. They said she'd redefine the role. But instead of honoring the charm of the classic, Rachel came in swinging. She tore down the 1937 version, called Prince Charming a stalker, said the love story was creepy, and called the whole plot weird. She didn't just want to update Snow White. She wanted to tear her down.
The actress of the film decided to sit in an empty theater so she can watch her name flash on the screen. as she squealed that her film was #1 for 6 days.
Rachel said this Snow White wasn't waiting around for some prince. She wasn't dreaming of true love. She wanted power, leadership, control. God forbid a woman wants to find love, she joked. It was meant to be sarcastic, but came off cold and dismissive. Instead of refreshing the character, she stripped her down. The idea of love was treated like a joke, something old school and embarrassing. For a lot of people, it wasn't just surprising, it felt insulting. The fairy tale people grew up loving suddenly felt like a lecture about politics and independence at all costs.
Rachel Zegler was a bad decision from day one. She can sing, I'll give her that, but she's got a lot of power, but absolutely no range. Plus, on the flip side, she can't act, and she's a smug big mouth, which even Disney now admits they couldn't control.
Feminist media cheered. But the internet? It exploded. Clips of Rachel sounding smug, annoyed, and kinda bitter went viral. It wasn't just the words, it was her vibe. The eye rolls, the half smiles, the tone. People replayed the interviews like they were courtroom evidence. TikTok creators added reaction memes and sarcastic captions. YouTubers made deep dive breakdowns, line by line, facial expression by facial expression. Even people who hadn't seen the movie were sharing clips, laughing at her attitude. What started as criticism snowballed into a full-blown internet roast. And Rachel was front and center.
Certainly, Zegler is not fairy tale princess material. She is a four-flop phony and a pure Hollywood poison. Her first movie, West Side Story, bombed. Shazam! Fury of the Gods double bombed. Y2K, even a bigger bomb. And now we have Snow White, the biggest bomb of the...
TikTok and YouTube went wild mocking Rachel. Edits, memes, even AI skits turned her into a symbol of Hollywood arrogance. Instead of pulling back, she doubled down, posting a TikTok skit pretending to buy a ticket to her own flop. It came off cringy and tone-deaf, not funny. People saw it as desperate, not self-aware. Theaters were empty, critics were circling, and her smirking act only made things worse. With over $400 million needed to break even, the movie bombed hard. Then the backlash turned political, and her social media posts added fuel. What started as a fairy tale ended in disaster.
God forbid a woman dream about true love. We're all just sitting around here, oh, maybe I could be president one day. I hate men, I just want to be president.
Fastest way to tank your career.
Rachel Zegler is a loudmouth dope.
No, I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, how do I feel? Let's address the elephant in the room.
And everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Think about it. Disney just spent over $250 million for a fairy tale hand grenade that went over budget, got reshot twice, replaced real actors with 7 CGI serial killers, booted the prince, banned true love, and banished 2 of movies' history's most iconic songs.